A picture tells 1,000 words, and we're going to use this in an example here. So we've got an organization chart here. It's just a bullet pointed list, but what I want to do is I want to change it into a diagram. Now, PowerPoint has a set of tools called SmartArt. It really is a powerful way of turning what could just be words or a handful of words into a graphical view that can present a lot more meaning to the end user. Let's have a look. So what I'm going to do is initially I'm going to convert existing content into SmartArt. So here we go. So I've just selected the actual content, and then on the home button you will see I've got a convert to SmartArt option. I'm going to click on that, and it asks me what sort of smart art do I want to convert to. Well, this is an organization chart, so I'm going to choose Smart Graphics. I get the entire list. I'm going to choose Hierarchy. For every item I choose here, you will see on the right hand side it gives me a little bit more information about what it's going to look like. So let's start off just with this organization chart here. Here we go. Looks pretty good. Now, in a similar way to the shapes, I can now change the look and feel of this organization chart. First of all, I can change the layout. So I've got different designs, and I can click on each of these, and you can see that there are different ways of presenting the same information. I'm going to come to here because this actually gives me the option to add pictures. So let's put in some pictures. All I need to do is I click on the picture icon, and here I am. And so the first person's name is Ted Smith. There's Ted. Click Insert. I'm going to insert now Peter Jones. There we go. Brian French. And then finally Maggie. There we go. Great looking group of individuals. Now you'll see that what actually has happened is SmartArt has tried to position the pictures in the best place. It's done a pretty good job, but I think Ted Smith could just be done a little bit better. So I'm going to select on the picture, and as we did in previous videos, you'll see I have a picture tools format. And if you remember the crop, if I click on that, it just allows me to move the image into a slightly better position. I can either unselect crop or just click away. So I could edit all of the pictures in a similar sort of way. I'm going to select back on the SmartArt, and instantly I then have the Design tab available up here. Now I can change the colors of the Design tab. Remember, these colors are based on the style of the template, and all of that was in the Design tab up here. So if I don't like the range of colors, I can click on Design, come to Colors, change the range of colors. But do remember that that will impact the entire slide. We're going to go back to Design, and I'm going to see which of these styles I like the look of. There we go. I like that nice embossed one. Now I can still change the actual layout and kind of see what it's going to look like with different styles. Perhaps, you know what, I think the circular way looks a little bit better. Or I have even more options here. You can see the variation that SmartArt allows me to quickly do. So just from a few bullet points, I can quickly create a graphic, and I have so much variation. Okay, so I'm done with this organization chart. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a new SmartArt graphic. So what we did there was we converted existing content. So I'm going to go home. I'm going to go new slide, and it's going to be a 2-slide content. Now I can either come up to the insert ribbon and press SmartArt, or I can come directly onto the slide, and you can see I've got that graphic there. So I'm going to click Insert SmartArt Graphic. I'm presented with the same menu option I had when we were converting that bullet point list. There's a vast array of different styles of graphics. For this next example, I'm going to choose a process. Here we go. And I'm going to choose a continuous block process. Against each of the SmartArt, the description will tell you more about how much you can or can't change it. For example, this arrow here is based on a series of bullet points. If I click on this button here, those are the bullet points evident. And as I just keep adding adding and adding, I can add more and more to the SmartArt graphic. Some SmartArt graphics do vary, but some are fixed on the amount of shapes that are within them. Let's just back up here and delete here. We're now going to create a timeline. Now, in the context of the My Family, let's have it as a personal timeline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 1999. The next year is going to be 2001. The next year is going to be 2006. And then 2009. And I can add more. But now what I want to do is I want to add some sub-content. So I'm just going to click Enter and then Tab. I could press the Demote button here. And I can press the Delete to return it. Or I can press the Tab and I've got the Promote to return it. So a number of options to do this. And then I'm just going to put in the word married. And let's just fill in some content here. So let's say first child born. Of course, we bought a house. There we go, look at that. Got a dog. And then second child born. There we go. So we've got a bit of content then. I'm just going to close this down. Now, if I wanted to, I can actually highlight any particular item I want, and I can actually edit it. So, for example, if I just wanted that number 9, I could come into the home and I could just make it bigger in exactly the same way as we've been editing our graphics all throughout this training. So you can see, just with a certain amount of information, I can choose how I want to present it. And with the live preview, it really does allow me to quickly and easily change the presentation. There we go. So SmartArt. A picture tells 1,000 words. This is a really, really smart way to take your lists and to take your information and put them into Venn diagrams, into organization charts, matrices, whole host of tools. As usual, best way to learn, have a play.